So, first and foremost, want to say thank you to everybody who came out here today, everybody who helped volunteer. We built the playground. Yeah, I'm Derek Dixon. I represent a nonprofit called Kaboom. We specialize in building play spaces throughout America. We truly believe that every kid has the right, should have the right and access to play. And what we do is we get a lot of community members together to build a playground. Typically, we do it in one day, 6 hours, but due to the COVID protocols, we changed up our model a little bit, and we do it over the course of the 4 days. This is the fourth day. This is the end, and right behind me, I have a completed playground. So, so over the course of the last 4 days, we've done a lot of manual labor. We've unloaded the entire playground truck. We've moved over 255 cubic yards of mulch. We've mixed over 7 cubic yards of concrete. I don't know how much this playground weighs, but tons and tons. And we've had over 200 volunteers over the course of the last 4 days. We've been working for about 6 to 7 hours each day to make this happen. So I want to give a large thank you to everybody who's shown up, shown support throughout the last over the last not only 4 days, but the last few months. This project has been a long time in coming. We've been planning for it a whole lot. Over 2 months ago, we had some representatives from Kaboom come out and actually talk with the kids, find out what they wanted to see in their play structure. The kids and parents gave us a whole bunch of input. They drew designs. So what we came back and did, we reached out to our manufacturers. They designed 2 playgrounds. The community got a chance to vote on them, make revisions, and the final product is what we see right here behind us. So this is a custom playground. You won't see anything kind of laid out and arranged the way this one is, because this one is a direct representation of what the kids wanted. So real happy to have so many people out here turn out for the last day to celebrate what we have accomplished, and real excited for that. I told you I represented Kaboom. We are just one of the many partners. MNC PPC was one of our partners. BG&E Pepco were here, so we have just a lot of representation from not only the community but some of our funders who really truly believed in Kaboom's mission and wanted to come out here and make a change. To say a few words, I have a few guest speakers. So to say a few words, I wanted to introduce Elizabeth Hewitt, chairman of the Prince George's County Planning Board and the Maryland National Capital Park and Planning Commission.
Yeah. Wow, thank you so much, Derek. How's everybody doing today on this beautiful, nice, warm fall day out here? It is a beautiful day indeed. It's the kind of day that makes you channel your inner child, and you want to get out there and play, don't you? Don't you? So as chair of the Prince George's County Planning Board and the Maryland National Capital Park and Planning Commission, I'm just thrilled to welcome you all here today and to be a part of this wonderful, fun occasion. And before I proceed, I have to take a moment because I'm especially thrilled to recognize an amazing colleague who I serve with side by side on the commission and on the Prince George's County Planning Board. This woman brings incredible wisdom and county-wide knowledge of government, having served in the executive branch with the county executives some years ago, 8 years on the county council, 2 years as chair, and now the sage guiding light on the planning board with me, Madam Vice Chair Dorothy Bailey. Dorothy Bailey hails from this area. This is her community center. So she represented this community on the county council, so we had to give her a special shout out.
She sounds old.
No, just sage. So on behalf of the commission, we are thrilled to welcome you here today and to celebrate the hard work and collaboration of everyone to put together this fabulous, fabulous playground. So what a partnership it has been. You already heard from Derek. We had volunteers in collaboration with Park and Planning Commission, Pepco, BGE, and we have constructed a kid-designed playground. And it is custom-made because we just had one in Bladensburg last week, and it didn't look like this. It, too, was beautiful, but those kids designed that one. Our kids here in Suitland designed this one, so it is custom-made. And of course, we most definitely want to thank Kaboom for spearheading this collaboration. And we want to benefiting this community and others, but we are thankful for all the kid-designed Kaboom playgrounds. So we're very, very appreciative. So a hearty, hearty round of applause for Kaboom. So in case you haven't heard, in case you don't know this, the motto for our Department of Parks and Recreation is live more and play more. And play is essential to the physical, social, and emotional health of every child and every child at heart. So, plus combined, outdoor physical activity combined with fresh air and vitamin D has been invaluable during this pandemic. And I have to give a huge shout out to the Prince George's Department of Parks and Recreation for all that they have done during this pandemic, keeping the trails open, keeping them open and clean and safe, and our parks open, and the virtual and in-person programs, and our park police who stepped up in every way, and the distribution of nearly 500,000 meals throughout this pandemic. So I want to recognize the director of Department of Parks and Recreation, Bill Tyler, who assumed that role only weeks before the pandemic hit. Bill Tyler? Come on, Bill Tyler. Our deputies, I know I saw Wanda Ramos over there. And all DPR folks, raise your hands so everyone can see who you are. And as the unprecedented six-time National Gold Medal Award-winning agency, 6 times, for excellence in Parks and Recreation Management, the Commission and the Department of Parks and Recreation remain committed to providing quality outdoor spaces throughout this dynamic county. And I want to say we hold the national record with those 6 national gold medals. And you ought to be shouting that from the mountaintops, because we don't do that by ourselves. We do that in collaboration with our elected officials, in collaboration with the community, in collaboration with our volunteers. So it belongs to all of you. So give yourselves a round of applause. So just think, a few months ago in July, children from the Suitland Community Center met with project organizers and shared their dream play spaces through their innovative drawings. Their creative ideas were integrated into this new playground, a multi-sport court design that we see today, a customized safe play space that reinforces learning from neighborhood schools, and the center's STEAM program. What is STEAM? STEAM is one of our signature programs. It combines STEM with A for the arts. So they're wonderful programs for our kids. And all of this would not be possible without the community members who have been deeply involved in this community, all the way from design and installation of this park as well, and this playground as well. So thank you to the volunteers who worked so selflessly. And thank you to our partners at BG&E, Pepco, Kaboom, the Commission, who've contributed greatly to today's program and to this event as well. So before I sit down or step away, I want to recognize some of our elected officials are here. We want to recognize the state senator from District 25, the Honorable Melanie Griffith in the House. Give her a round of applause. The Honorable Nick Charles, Delegate, District 25. Jonathan Nedlock, Mayor of District Heights. Delegate Darrell Barnes from this district as well. Patrice Murray, representing Councilman Streeter, over there. Bianca Harsley, representing Councilman Mel Franklin. And Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated, the Bowie Mitchellville Alumni Chapter. I know they're here. We love those red and white colors. So, next, I'd like to take a moment. There's one more person that I'd like to recognize. And I'm especially proud to recognize her. She is absolutely no stranger to anyone in her beloved Prince George's County, her hometown. But she is especially at home right here in this particular community, having been raised very near to this community center. It was her impetus for a Maryland National Capital Park and Planning Commission to create a new countywide and youth sports division at the Park and Planning Commission in the Department of Parks and Recreation. It was her vision. And she also makes it her personal mission to provide the very best educational, recreational, healthy opportunities for the county's youth. So we are thrilled that she has joined us today. So put those cell phones away. Whatever you got in your hands, put them down, because ladies, gents, children, youth, everybody, put your hands together and give a Prince George's loud and proud welcome to our very own County Executive, the Honorable Angela D. Also, Brooks, come on up. Woo!
Well, good afternoon, everybody. You know what? I think the person who deserves a round of applause is our very own Betty Hewlett. Can you help me, please, to recognize and thank her so much for the many decades of service that she has given to our county. You know, it's hard to come behind Betty because her enthusiasm, I think, is hard to exceed, right? But it comes from such a loving place. And it explains why she told you that we have an award-winning Maryland National Capital Park and Planning Commission. And it's because of her enthusiasm and commitment and dedication, and because all of those who work with her share that same enthusiasm and commitment. And it means a lot. It comes straight from her heart, and it shows. And so we want to thank you, Betty, for your leadership. Thank you for having us be here today. And when she talked about getting out on that playground and having that spirit, trust me, she would be the first out there with these kids. And so we want to thank her. And, you know, I want to just also thank all of you for being here today. I know that many have been recognized, all of the partners from Kaboom to Pepco to BG&E. We especially want to thank the community. There are a number of community leaders there. They're standing back. Can you all come closer? Because I would love for everyone to be able to see some of our community leaders who are here. Would you please come forward so that you can be recognized as well? The stewards of this beautiful community are here today. And really, but for their leadership and involvement and engagement, we wouldn't have a playground like this. So we want to thank them so much for their engagement. But I also want to thank the beautiful children of this county who inspire us today and every day to give them our very best. A number of those children are here, the ones whose vision we fulfill today. Can the young people who are here, we have some children whose drawings and renderings came to life behind us just July. They wrote out they drew the pictures and told us what they wanted, and their vision came to life. And so I want to thank them not only for their creativity. Yes, can we please give them a round of applause? You all come on up. Give them a round of applause for their leadership even at this stage in their life. And we have the birthday boy. Come on up. He told me his birthday is tomorrow, and he said, I just have one favor to ask. When they go cut that ribbon, I want you to step aside and have me cut it, because he said that's what he's going to do for his birthday. And I told him this is absolutely what's going to happen. And so when that ribbon is cut, you're going to know that our newly minted 11-year-old, who's celebrating his birthday tomorrow, will be cutting the ribbon. But we want to thank our kids, again, for inspiring us, for challenging us, for keeping us accountable. And they keep us accountable because we recognize that in every progressive community, we are judged by how well we care for our children, how well we care for our seniors. And so the work that we're doing to make sure that our children have playgrounds that help cement memories in their mind that they will carry through adulthood, that's the responsibility that we have as a community. Now, our responsibility doesn't stop there, because we have to make sure that they not only have the recreational opportunities that will make them healthy people, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, but we have other obligations as well to keep them safe, to make sure that their experience here is a safe one. And then today, I wanted the kids to come here because I wanted to be able to say also to the kids of this community that after you cut the ribbon today and you've already hatched the vision, I want you to remember this day for a long time, because we will expect you as adults to come back and do this for another child. So remember that we said this, that as children, we provided, and we want you to understand that the expectation is that as you grow into adulthood, and this is your community, we're Prince George's proud of where we're from, and we hope that you will be too, and that you will create the pathway and opportunity for a child to have a similar experience to the one that you are having. So again, I want to thank everyone for being here. I'm here with all of my partners in elective office and so many who are here today who create a place that I have said is the crown jewel of Maryland. That's not by way of exaggeration. There is no community like Prince George's County any place else in the state. There are few like this community any place else in the country. We are so very, very proud of it, and we're proud of how we're building it together. That's really what today represents, and I'll make this my last word, is this is what we do together. There's nothing that can stop us. There are many, many challenges that we confront on any day. And boy, COVID taught us that if we didn't understand it, we sure do understand it now. But we also know that nobody should ever underestimate the resolve and the commitment of Prince Georgians. The love of Prince Georgians, how we love each other, how we care for each other, and how we take care of each other when the times are tough and when they're happy like today. So thank you all again for making today possible. And God bless all of you. Stay safe. We're not completely done. That's the reason we still have our mask on, but we're almost there. We're almost there. And so next, it gives me great pleasure. I believe the next person to come up will be the Senator. Oh, yes, it is our Senator, Melanie Griffith, who is President Pro Tem. For those who don't know, number 2 in Annapolis, behind the Senate President. So I want you all to know that we're not just in Annapolis, but we got some clout in Annapolis too. And so I want to thank her for her leadership and for being here today. And this, again, the best is yet to come. And we just thank you, Senator, for your leadership and for all your creativity and for love. We know more is coming. So thank you, and please come up and say some words. Good afternoon, everybody. You know, I am so excited to be here this afternoon and to follow these 2 phenomenal Prince George's woman leaders. Give them a round of applause. My Lord, if you didn't know why I love Prince George's County before you got here, you ought to know it now. And I have to tell you, many people know this that are my colleagues, but I actually lived in Suitland for 13 years, right up the road on Sunset Lane. And Betty, you'll remember, we fought and we prayed and we marched and we worked together with then elected officials like Dorothy Bailey to get the community center here. And back then, we couldn't have imagined that we would be standing here today to celebrate this incredible playground that we have behind us. I am so excited, and I want to ask my colleagues, Delegate Barnes and Delegate Charles, if they'll join me up here. You know, when we learned that this playground was going to be put together very quickly in Annapolis, I talked to my team and I said, we need to do something quickly to acknowledge the partners. You see, the county executive invited up the right people on this stage. She realized that this project came to fruition because you had the right vision with the right community leaders, with the right partners, working together at the right time with the right volunteers and the right resources to bring this incredible project together in a very short period of time. I am always amazed when I hear how quickly these projects with the volunteers come together to bring something so valuable and so long-lasting to a community. And so I talked to my team in Annapolis and I said, we've got to do something swiftly. Well, one of the things that we try to do to acknowledge partnerships is to offer Maryland General Assembly citations. And I'm having my colleagues stand up here because without this 25th district team partnership, we can't bring back the resources our county executive is counting on us to deliver in Annapolis. We work together. And so because we were working almost as quickly as it takes to produce a Zoom playground to get the citations, I wasn't able to get it with their signatures on it, but I want them to stand with me because the sentiment behind these citations is felt by the entire 25th District team, which includes new chairman of the Prince George's House delegation, Chairman Nick Charles. Woo! Just elected by his colleagues, the chairman of the Legislative Black Caucus, Chairman Darrell Barnes. And many of you know the chairman of the Economic Matters Committee, Chairman Derek Davis, who's also a part of our team. And so on behalf of this team, I would like to ask a representative from Kaboom. I assume it's Ms. Hewitt from Park and Planning Commission, a representative from BG&E, and a representative from PEPCO to please come forward. And I will read to you, each of you will receive a Maryland General Assembly citation. And it reads, the Maryland General Assembly official citation, be it hereby known to all, sincerest congratulations are offered to Kaboom in recognition of the Kaboom ribbon cutting ceremony at the Suitland Community Center. Thank you for your unwavering commitment to the children and families of Suitland and your dedication to ending place-based inequity, presented on this 15th day of October 2021 by Senator Melanie Griffith, Delegate Darrell Barnes, Delegate Nick Charles, Delegate Derek Davis of the 25th Legislative District of Prince George's County. Thank you so much for your partnership. So this is Kaboom. And we just want to say, Madam County Executive, we are all Prince George's proud. We're proud of this community. We're proud of the young people. And we're excited to get this ribbon cut. Thank you so much for having us.
You want to see? All right, give it up for my team over at Prince George's County. And our other partners who were really influential and really important in helping out making this bill come to pass was BG&E, Baltimore Gas and Electric, and Pepco. So here to say a few words on behalf of them, we have the Senior Vice President for Government and Internal Affairs for BG&E, we have Ronnie O'Dea.
Thank you. Good afternoon. I guess it's getting towards evening. As I was driving up here, I couldn't help but just think about how the weather was and how beautiful it was. And as a parent of three boys, I fully appreciate what a project like this means. At BGE, we have a saying that goes like this: great people need great spaces to do great things. Now think about what that means for our children and how important this project is in the throes of a pandemic, when so many of our children are stuck inside. Having a safe place to go outside to recreate. But more importantly, we understand that such projects don't occur without public-private partnerships. So I want to thank all the elected officials that are here today, County Executive also Brooks, but just the entire Maryland delegation for your commitment and your service to community. I want to thank our partners at Pepco. We have Tyler with us, who's the COO, but I also want to acknowledge Melissa Lavinson, who has the government and external affairs business for Pepco as well too. Together, we understand that our collective partnership results in impact, and more importantly, amplified impact. It doesn't take one person or one company to make something like this happen. It takes all of us. But most importantly, the community, and where this playground is anchored within the community. We want to thank this community for opening its doors too for such a project. So on behalf of everyone at BGE, I want to say thank you. But I also more importantly, want to acknowledge that we are in the business of service, and that the work we do is not simply about providing electricity, but also energizing the communities we serve. So we thank all of you for your partnership. We thank everyone who participated in this very special project, and we hope to see many more projects like this in the future. So thank all of you. Thank you.
Thank you. And lastly, I want to bring up Senior Vice President and Chief Operation Officer at Pepco Holdings, Tyler Anthony.
Well, you see Derek comes up here. He did a great job emceeing. I've been here the last few days, so I got to tell you, he's a driver. So, Derek, thank you so much for all you've done to make this happen. Your leadership was just unbelievable. And I heard the delegates, the county exec speak, and you heard a couple words you heard more than once was community and partnerships. And like I said, being here the last few days, like the senator, like I was here, working on the playground, and I had no less than at least 5 occasions where neighbors came up to the playground. Hey, when's it going to be done? Hey, do you mind if we take a quick look? Hey, I have 3 little ones. We can't wait. And then it's like, how can I help? And then when you saw it today, when we saw it today, the number of community volunteers, and back to you think about partnerships and community, I don't know. I was kind of humbled by it, and I think everybody deserves a round of applause for the atmosphere you guys have created. And you know, and we talked about some of the folks that are here on the Pepco side, and I think Rodney kind of teed it up where, you know, we supply electricity, okay? BG&E supplies gas, electricity. We supply electricity, but it's not really about that as much as it's about your core values. So we had a couple of hundred volunteers here that couldn't wait to be participatory to serve the communities that we serve, and the honor and the values that we have around that. And it's just a small way to say, we're honored to serve this community. We're honored to be a small part of the community, and thank you for letting us provide the service that we do to everybody. So thank you, guys. And then lastly, I just want to do a shout out. You know, I got a shout out. Like we talked about Melissa Lavinson, our SVP, Government External Affairs. I'm sure she's right in front of me. Is she right here? Okay, there's Melissa back there. Melissa, thank you for being here. We also have Donna Cooper. She is our president of Pepco Holdings. So thank you, Donna, for being here. You know, I almost didn't recognize her because she's usually, you know, pretty dressed, pretty formal for the role she has. And I saw her in that T-shirt. I almost didn't recognize her. I almost got myself in trouble. But in any case, everybody, hey, I just want to say, great job. Thank you. I hope everybody enjoys it. And thank you again for all the time and the support. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, now it's time for the ribbon cutting. So all of our
So both reds, you're saying? Yeah.
Not yet.
All right, here we go.
Is this the real one?
This is the real one. This is the real one.
This is the real one. Okay. 1, 2, 3.